If you're like me, when you're out bush camping, there's nothing better than a meal cooked on the campfire, and I use this right here, the cast iron camp oven. This one here's seen better days and it needs a season. Even if you buy a new one, they do come seasoned, but after you've been using it, you need to give it another season just to make sure that you're looking after it. It's an investment, right? So today, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what you need. I've got a couple of things laid out here. So first of all, it's gonna get pretty hot. We've got some heat-proof gloves. Obviously, it's gonna be going into the fire. We've got a couple of things here. This is a cast iron seasoning oil, and we've also got the scrub as well. We've got some cloths. We've got a shovel. We need to obviously move the coals around, some paper towels, and we've got some water as well for the cleaning process. Let's get into it. First step of the process is we actually need to clean it. Now we've got here, these are some cast iron scrubs. You can actually pick these up at your local BCF. Now you want to put in about 2 to 3 tablespoons, and if my measurements are correct, that'll do us. We want to add in a bit of water as well. Warm water is preferred. And then you can get a cloth, or you can actually even buy some utensils to help with this. And basically in a circular motion, you want to scrub your pan, getting it nice and clean. So what we're doing here, we're really just getting rid of that extra residue that's in the oven. That's looking really good. Don't forget, you also want to make sure that your lid, we wash this, and also the outside, we want to make sure it's looking pretty. It's debated whether you can actually use detergents in your cast iron oven. Personal preference, I don't like to. I like to keep it original. This is a really good method and found that it works for me. Chuck a few more salts on the lid. We'll put another dash of water on here as well. Whilst this camp oven is drying, before we move on to the next step of applying the oil, we need to get it hot. So I'm going to rearrange this fire, make sure we've got a nice coal base, put it on, let it heat up. It's really important to make sure that the seasoning process works and works well, that this gets proper hot. So we're going to leave it here for about 15 minutes, and you know what? We might even add a bit more wood just to encourage it. It's been about 15 minutes now, and that is well and truly hot enough. So it's time. You'll notice I've got my gloves on, and I'm going to take the coals off the top because we don't want any falling in. Yeah, it is going to be very hot, so make sure you don't burn yourself. We will lift up this handle and we'll take it off the fire. We'll take off the lid. We'll just place it next to it because we will be seasoning the lid as well. You want to move pretty quick because we need this to be nice and hot. This is our cast iron seasoning oil that you can get from BCF. Now, if you're doing this at home, you can also use coconut oil and do it in your barbecue or your oven. Now we put a bunch in there. You can see it's smoking up already. You put some on the lid. You want to make sure you do this next bit with your glove on. As you've got the oil in there, you want a really even coat. So you can grab a cloth, some paper towels, and make sure that you get that coated nice and evenly. It's really, really important to wear gloves because this thing is extremely hot. So the inside's done and the top of the pan. I'm now just going to rearrange this, lean it up against, and we want to make sure that we season the underneath of our lid. Got our cloth. You can already see how hot that is, and wipe that around. Oil up the underneath of our pan and the sides. You should see it start to go a bit of a dark purple color, and that's how you know that it's working. And already we're bringing this back to life. We've got it up the right way now, and it is looking really, really good. We'll leave it here to sit and to cool down, and that really is the end of the process. Depending on how bad of a condition that your camp oven is in, you might need to repeat this process a couple of times to really bring it back to its former glory. This one here, however, is looking perfect. Really happy with how it's come out. When you go to use this and actually cook in it again for the first time, just make sure that you have a look inside. You might need to give it a bit of a wipe out. You just want to make sure that you're not cooking with any of that oil and get rid of the excess. Well, how good does that look? If we compare it to when we started, we have brought this oven back to life. I think now it's time, after all that hard work, to cook a damper.